Hi everyone, Ambassador John Ali from Sierra Leone, one of the participants during the 3 days tedious training session. I learned a lot from that and from the various presenters and tutors. I want to thank them all. Because of time, let me go straight to the point. I want to start with Mr. Dukpa from India. He taught us about self-discovery, discover yourself and your dream, where he talked about how one should discover his or her potential. That in life you have to discover your potential, your talents, and then ask yourself what really you want to become in life. Even give mentions of example how he struggled as a young man to make it in life, to become who he is today. He, as a young man coming from a rural background where education was not that much, and a poor background, so he taught us a lot and he gave example. I think that was so inspirational. It was so inspirational. You see, thank you so much, sir. And then away from that, we got our brother from Nigeria, Mr. Paul Musa. I don't know the last name. Okay, but I learned a lot during that session where he taught us about the mind, the mind and character matters, where he taught us about the mind and character matters, that the mind is a very powerful tool, that with our mindset we can become whatever we want to become through our mind. That the mind also is an endless power, that whatever you want to do in life, if only you focus, then you can achieve endlessly. You can achieve. He even mentioned the aeroplane that flies the vehicles around. It's because of the mindset, because the people use their mind, they think critically to come up with something solid, that yes, this is possible, and that with our mindset things will be possible, you see. And one thing I learned much from that the brain and the mind, there are two different things. That the brain is an organ, and that the mind resides in the brain. The brain is an organ and the mind resides in the brain, you see. So that reminds me, one of our brother Kelvido, is because of he used his mind positively. That's why now from Sierra Leone he has been one of the world innovative young man across the world. He has got so many talents. He was in Sierra Leone gathering scrap metals, cables, this, that. People think it's just a rubbish, gathering rubbish around. But he converted it with his mindset, changing his mind. He converted it into something positive, into something so technological, you see. And then our sister from England, communication skill, we learn a lot from her, from communication. That I learned that uh, communication is an act of process, you see. We are using sounds, feelings, behavior, expressing ideas, thoughts, etc., etc. That reminds me of ancient age, as people used to say in those days. When they want to communicate, they use sounds, either drum or bell. They can ring the bell or beat the drum. That indicate, that sends a signal that they want to have a town meeting, or there is a particular event happening. So in those days, that's how people used to communicate. But she mentioned nowadays, now communication has improved. She even talked about the social communication, like the WhatsApp we are now using, other medium, wherever. We are also, she talked about the social natural communication. Like for example, you want to go to the bus station, that is natural. You meet people in the queue, in the line, so you have to follow that. It is social natural communication. That's how I learned, you see. And then also, our last speaker from Egypt, Madam Heba Assem, so here she taught us about leadership. I think I came to understand that most of our leaders lack some of the qualities she mentioned, like qualities of a leadership. One, a leader has to be trustworthy, have to be courageous, have to be empathic, empathize with others, you see, patient, etc., etc. And she talks a lot about conflicts, peacemaking, about conflict, that in conflict we have peacemaking, peacekeeping, peace building. She more talk about peacemaking, that as a leader you have to have understanding, you have to listen well. When you listen, then you can understand, and then you have clarity about the situation. Then you can be able to build that conflict, that peace, you see. And I ever asked that peacemaking, peacekeeping, and peace building, which one is more sustainable? She said is peace building, you see. Without I do much because of time, I want to thank you once again, especially the organizers and all presenters and other and colleague participants. I want to thank you all.